You're watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. At the top of our Big 7 at 7 Stories list for you, Governor Bill Lee and fellow lawmakers offering up a package of proposals for better school safety. Now, it comes 1 week after the deadly shooting at a Nashville Christian school. 3 children died along with 3 adult staffers, police killing the shooter. Governor Lee says he is now asking the General Assembly to pay the cost of putting at least 1 armed guard on every public school campus across Tennessee. That's one part of a $140 million offering, which the governor says would help take the burden of school security off teachers, schools, and school districts. Grant money would also allow for physical security upgrades for both public and private schools.
There's no one in this state whose heart was not ripped apart by what happened a week ago. I can't imagine the heartache of some of the families that endured what they did last week. There is a desire to find a way forward that protects kids in schools in a better way than we have today.
Another component of the response coming out of Nashville today, mental health. Governor Lee is asking for an increase in mental health resource funding, doubling the amount currently provided from the state for mental health liaisons. Lee says it would expand those liaisons from 1 in every county to more than 1 for communities across the state. Now, Governor Lee, however, shied away from gun control measures. He was asked specifically if he would support so-called red flag laws, allowing courts to take away someone's guns if they are in some sort of mental health crisis.
The things that we probably all agree on is that a person who is a threat to themselves or a threat to others should not have access to weapons. And to the degree that we can do that, protecting the constitutional rights of our people at the same time, including that person, the way that we do that together is the way forward. We should look at ways to accomplish that.
The governor going on to say leaders will look at policies in other states, working to figure out if they might work here. That announcement coming as students marked the deadly shooting with a school walkout. Our sister station, WKRN, visited Hendersonville High School as students moved into a courtyard, holding a ceremony, included a moment of silence as well at 10:13, the moment the shooting began at Covenant School.
This is not just a walkout. This is not a get out of class excuse. I would like to invite you to join me in 6 minutes of silence to represent the lives that we have lost.
I'm just so tired of the constant fear I have to live in as I'm trying to further my education.
I can't take a video on my phone.
March for Our Lives, a group formed after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida, urged the walkout. From Nashville area school campuses, some students and community members then made their way to the state capitol, holding a rally and calling for lawmakers to take action on gun violence.
I am so proud of these kids. You know, we have never in my time in the Senate seen a movement this strong, and it's kids. And last week when the kids came up into the Capitol building, the deafening sound of their voices was unnerving for people who don't support gun control.
State Senator Heidi Campbell there mentioning last week's protests with not just a crowd outside the Capitol, but also inside and on the House floor, confronting members of the legislature. Some state lawmakers, including one from Knoxville, now facing disciplinary action over their part in that protest, disrupting the session. And we're going to hear from her later on in the 7. But back to today's protest. It is still continuing right now with demonstrators chanting so loud we understand they can be heard inside the House chamber. Meanwhile, State House Speaker Cameron Sexton says Republican leaders met with young people, but their conversation went beyond guns.
Today we had students who were up here on the Hill, and Leader Lamberth and Chairman Faison had conversations with them. And you would assume they talked about guns, which is what they did. But the vast majority of that conversation dealt with mental health. Those students talked about mental health. We have a crisis in our state for young, for old, for everybody. We have to do a better job of providing treatment for individuals who need it, especially if they're suicidal or threatening to harm others.
Tennessee's House Democratic Caucus responding, calling the plan to have an armed guard in every school a result of the problem, not a solution. Chair John Ray Clemens saying in part, quote, "I am appalled that Governor Lee would rather militarize our schools and make our children feel imprisoned in their own learning environment than reach across the aisle to pass common sense gun safety legislation." Our next big story for you tonight, also covering school concerns. The focus this time, Hardin Valley Academy, where in the last hour we learned that Knox County School Superintendent Dr. John Reiswick has assigned one of the district's assistant superintendents to review the gas leak at Hardin Valley, focusing on the response and how to stop something like this from happening again. Now, we told you on Friday that the school system believed a gas supply valve was intentionally left open. That prompted the school evacuation Thursday afternoon. A custodian, Jay Kostermans, is accused now of felony reckless endangerment. Bond was set for Kostermans today at $250,000. Principal Robert Spees mentioned in his video message that some parents did not get a notification about the evacuation immediately. Spees apologized, saying in the rush to evacuate, he didn't click the correct button. And he also says he understands if parents did not feel comfortable sending kids to class the next day.
Once the community learned that the gas was left on intentionally, many families began to have fears, anxieties, and concerns about returning to school on Friday. Some families made the decision to keep their students at home on Friday, which is understandable considering the situation. If you made that decision, we will administratively excuse any absence as long as we have an email from parents requesting us to do so.
Spees also talked about another worry from last week, the canceling of a student protest Friday, part of the wider Trans Day of Visibility. That's the video you're seeing here from a demonstration in downtown Knoxville. School administrators say they knew about the plan and would have allowed the student protest to happen, but on the same day, Spees says the school learned about a threat made on school media. The threat, or social media, I should say, the threat was determined to be, though, not credible. Our next Big 7 story for you tonight answers about a house fire. That fire happening late last Wednesday. This was on Martell Road in Lenoir City. One person was found dead today. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office telling us the name of that person, Joyce Anderson. She was 88. Firefighters say Anderson was the only person living there. The department also added that EMS had been out to the home a few times, with Anderson facing health challenges and needing help. Deputies and TBI fire investigators are still working to try to figure out the cause. Our next Big 7 story for you tonight, aftermath from severe weather pounding parts of the U.S., including communities around Tennessee. At last check, here in Tennessee, the death toll now up to 15. Most of those deaths were recorded in West Tennessee, with 9 reported in McNairy County alone. The damage also extending into East Tennessee, specifically to Rockwood and Roane County. Today we learned one of those 15 killed was Pamela Simpson, who died at what's now described as a tragic accident at a Rockwood sports complex Saturday. The National Weather Service says the winds sent the roof of a dugout onto Simpson and her adult son, Cody. Both were taken to a local hospital where Pamela reportedly died from her injuries. Cody Simpson has been released from the hospital. Today, city employees were at the Brillo Miller Sports Complex assessing the damage there. City of Rockwood said in their statement that their thoughts and prayers continue to be with the Simpson family and everyone involved. And here's another local spot sustaining damage. You're looking at pictures of the side of a building that was ripped off. Also, you see a lot of tree damage as well. Now, these were posted to Facebook by first responders in Morgan County, called to check out damage in the Sunbright and Deer Lodge communities. Those winds leading to our next Big 7 story for you tonight. Windy conditions are being blamed for several brush fires around the area. Rural Metro responded to over 20 fires over the weekend, saying many were caused when trees and soft soil were blown over onto power lines.